Hi Year 12 and welcome to your lesson on exercise 10.04 and it's on interest calculators. So up until now we've been manually calculating interest earned in different situations, but we can use online calculators to help us do this. So I've got two examples here. We've got the calculator site and we've also got MoneySmart. And we can use these websites. There's also a whole different range of websites, but these are the ones that are recommended by the textbook. So we're actually going to use both websites just so we can see how they work for this example below. So Jana invested $2,000 in an account that earned 4.2% per annum interest, compounded yearly for 6 years. Calculate the final value of her investment and the amount of interest she earns. So our principal amount is going to be $2,000. Interest is going to be 4.2%. And when we're using an online calculator, we don't actually need to convert this to a decimal. We also know that our time will be 6 years. So if I just go back over, I prepared this earlier, but this is the MoneySmart website. So initial deposit is $2,000, so that's our principal amount. It does have an option for a regular deposit, but we're just going to put 0 in there. Compounded frequency, we can choose monthly or annually. Number of years is 6, and then 4.2 for our interest rate. So it actually gives us this really nice little graph. That dark blue is the initial deposit of $2,000, whereas our total interest is that light blue section. And we can see, we can click on it and it'll give us a bunch of information about what's happening each year. Now, one thing I do want to point out with this website is it's rounding to the closest dollar. So in our textbook, we'll actually see that our final value should be $2,559.98. But in this one, it's $2,560. So they're just rounding up that 2 cents. So sometimes they won't give you completely accurate solutions. So let's go back to our notes, and I'm going to do a little title for MoneySmart. And it's saying that our final value is $2,560. And if we go back to it again, we can see that our total interest is $560. So total interest equals $560. So again, it's not 100% accurate, but it gives us a good idea. We're then going to go to, and I'm not going to write the whole thing, I'm just going to do the CS calculator site. So let's go back into Safari. I'm going to go back across into the calculator site, and it does look a little bit different, but that's okay. So what we're going to do, we can choose our currency, which is a nice feature, but we're going to stick it to dollars. We're going to put in our initial investment. So that is our $2,000. Our interest rate is 4.2%, and that is yearly. You can see it changes, and it's going to be 6 years. Additional contributions, it's going to be none. And then we're going to say we are compounding yearly. And I like this one because it gives you a lot of different options, which the other one doesn't quite do. I'm then going to press calculate. And this one gives us a nice table. It does give us a graph option, which is nice. It gives us a summary. We can look at it monthly compared to yearly, and so on. So when we look at this, we can see that our future investment value is $2,559.98, and that's actually what the textbook has as the answer. We can also see that our total interest earned is $559.98. If I go down a little bit, you can look at your summary. So interest rate, time, compounding. So that's the information we put in. You can look at this graph and you can click on it and it gives you different information, or you can look at a table. So year one, interest earned is $84. So it's going to go up to $2,084, and it gives you a breakdown. You can download it, you can start over, and so on. So if we go back to the calculator site, we'll say final value equals $2,559.98, and our total interest is going to equal $559.98. So I've just done that calculation twice using the online calculator. You can use whichever one of them you like. So pick one, whether you prefer the calculator site or Money Smart, and complete some of the questions out of 10.04. Let me know if you've got any questions.